has a lot of different effects on individuals. Sleep is clearly important for our physical health, and there is a huge tie, a correlation between sleep deprivation and lots of physical illnesses. People who are insomniacs, who don't get enough sleep, have a higher risk for a lot of different physical illnesses. There's a higher rate of obesity, diabetes, cancer. There is a link between Alzheimer's disease and chronic insomnia. So those are just a few of the different physical problems. If you don't get enough sleep for a long time, you're even prone to catch viruses more easily, to get the common cold. So there's this huge physical impact. In addition, there is a link between mental health and sleep, and it's not a cause and effect. We're not really sure what the connection is.
Each night I get about 4 or 5 hours of sleep. The next day I'm always really tired and having trouble staying awake during class.
There is a link between mental health between mental health and sleep deprivation, and people who are depressed and anxious tend to have sleep problems. The final thing is that we know that sleep helps us to remember things better. So essentially, when you learn something in any given day, whether it's things in school that you're learning, or whether it's physical skills like in a sport, or learning how to drive, or any kind of physical skill, what your brain does is at night your brain essentially filters through everything that happened during the day, and it knows somehow what it is that it needs to pay attention to, and those things that are important are the things that your hippocampus essentially sends into long-term memory. And the stuff that's not important, it goes away. And so if you don't get good sleep, your memories, both physical and mental, they're not processed in the right way.
Getting good sleep impacts my life because I'm tired throughout the day, like after I get a very little amount of sleep, and it just kind of makes me tired and not up to doing a lot throughout the day.
Teenagers' circadian rhythms are different than the circadian rhythm of young children and those of young adults. Teenagers, their natural body clocks work so that they want to stay up later and they want to sleep in more in the morning. So the way that school times are set up actually goes against what research tells us about when teenagers really need to sleep. Teenagers need between 8.5 and 9.5 hours of sleep every night, but the average teenager only gets between 6 and 7 hours of sleep. And I know an awful lot of students get even less than that. And that has a direct negative impact on their ability to perform in school, and really just to perform in all aspects of life.
I normally go to sleep about 11 p.m. and wake up around 6 a.m. Yes, I would like more sleep, but when I wake up with an alarm clock, it still does not feel energized to me. I feel way more awake when I wake up naturally.
There's a number of recommendations for teenagers to try to get the best sleep that they can. I know this is not what kids want to hear, but they're supposed to go to bed at about the same time every night and get up at the same time every morning. So to do your very best to go to sleep as early as you can, realizing that doesn't always match up with when you're tired.
If I could go to bed earlier, that would be nice, but most of the time I'm up late doing homework and stuff, so it would just be nice if we didn't have quite as much homework, because I understand the point we're supposed to be learning and mastering concepts, but some of the amounts of homework that I get are quite excessive.
Without good sleep, you're not able to function at your optimal level. So the challenge is trying to find that time to sleep so that you can be well rested and you can feel good and you can be physically healthy, as well as being ready to tackle all of the cognitive challenges that you have throughout the day.
As I've gotten older, it's been harder to get out of bed just because even if I go to bed earlier, I still want to sleep more when my alarm clock goes off just because I think when I sleep, I have too much going on and things to worry about, so I still don't get the quality of sleep I did when I was younger. Because when you're younger, looking back from now, it's easier to wake up in the morning because I don't think you have as much to worry about as a little kid, so you just fall asleep easier and you sleep easier, so when you wake up in the morning, you're ready for the next day and just to go have fun.
To ensure that I get more sleep, I try to get as much work done as I can in school, so when I get home I don't have a ton of homework to do.